Welcome wonderful people to my channel. It's Tariela, we do it differently. So today's topic of the day is about how to overcome comparison. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, for real, yeah. And let's get on to the video. So let's think about comparison for a moment. Comparison is when you are actively looking into somebody's life or a group of people's lifestyles and saying, how come I'm not at their lifestyle at this moment in time? Or how come in my life when I was their age, I didn't achieve X, Y, and Z like they have? And the problem with comparison is that, number one, you need to remember that what you see is what you get. You're not 100% sure that what they are showing online or showing through the camera is exactly the lifestyle that they portray it to be. For example, I vlog on my channel. I don't necessarily show you parts of my life where I think is very intimate or I think is very low, quote unquote. In order to overcome comparison, you need to acknowledge mentally that not everyone is showing you the true picture. The second way to overcome comparison is by changing your viewpoint from comparing to admiration. You need to change your mindset. You need to change your mentality about what you're comparing yourself with. Instead of saying, why am I not here at this moment in time? You need to start saying, I'm gonna actually have this goal for this year. I'm gonna add this to my goal, add this to my list, and I'm gonna make active steps to achieve those goals that I've just added to my list, because this person has influenced me to aim higher to get that goal or to achieve that result. And when you're admiring somebody, you're not just looking at it and saying, why am I not here? You're actively looking at their life and looking into more detail, as in, how did this person get to where they are now? And now saying to yourself, okay, cool, how can I now apply what they've done to my life so it's suited to my life? Do you understand? So when you look at people who's achieved certain businesses or goals or ambitions at a certain age and time, you look at their journey instead of just looking at achievement. Look at their journey, look at it holistically. What did they do to get to where they are? And how can you apply that formula to your life? The next step is to remove people or limitations that is actually triggering you to compare yourself. For example, when I was in my gap year, majority of people my age were in university. Now, during that time, I spent a lot of time on Snapchat initially, and I was seeing people's lifestyles that they were posting, but obviously you don't see them crying because of an exam they have due that's going to be next week, and they haven't revised and they're way behind on lectures, blah, blah, blah. They don't put that online. But you see people go on clubs, you see people go to parties, you see people go and attend social events, social gatherings in uni, and then I started comparing myself to that because I didn't know the full picture, and I allowed myself to. Sometimes we allow ourselves to compare our life to other people's lives because of our environment. If it means reducing the time you spend on social media, reducing the time you spend on a certain app, then you have to do it. I've purposely reduced the amount of time I spent in my gap year looking into people's lives on Snapchat, because it was really triggering me. And it's nothing personal. If you have to unfollow certain people, then you have to unfollow certain people. That's just it, because it's like, you can't be comparing yourself. That's right. And also, if your friends are instigating comparison, you can obviously tell them to stop, or you can cut them off. That's a whole different separate video. But yeah, and if it's your parents or people that's close to you that's actually initiating you to compare yourself to other people, then you need to limit association or limit contact. Reduce the accessibility people have to you when that person isn't adding to your life, but actually taking away from your life. If they are influencing you to compare yourself to others, you need to reduce access to them. Limit access to them. If it means staying in your room for a longer period of time than usual because your parents are downstairs, then I'm sorry, that's what you have to do. But first, before you do that, always communicate the issue. Always communicate the issue, because you don't want to just act quite antisocial without explaining to them why you might be behaving the way you're behaving. So before you enforce a boundary, you first communicate. Yeah. The next thing is to redirect your focus from people or groups of people to you. What are your goals? What are your ambitions? Are you working towards them? I said before, you can admire people and see their journey. That's how you now direct your focus to you and work towards the goals you have. You see, the easiest way to compare yourself or initiate the feeling of comparison is by not having anything to do with your life, to be honest with you. When you have something going on with your life, when you have a project, when you have a hobby, when you have a passion, you'll tend to spend more time working on that passion or goal rather than looking at somebody else's life and comparing yourself. See, there's a phrase that says, the idle hand or idle man is the devil's workshop. Literally, for those who aren't busy, get busy. The next point is to be grateful. Like, sometimes we compare ourselves because we forget the achievements we have actually achieved in our lives, and we always want more. I think it's the capitalist nature, I don't know. But sometimes we always want more. We want more because we see more. We continuously are exposed to more. And we tend to forget the essence of gratitude. Whether it's gratitude to God or gratitude to friends that helped us along the journey to achieve those goals, we need to show gratitude. Every day, wake up and say, thank you, Lord, for the breath I have in my lungs, that you're not in hospital lying in bed. Thank you, Lord, that you can breathe, that you can see, you can hear. There are things to be grateful for. There are things, thank you, Lord, that I made it to university, even though it's not necessarily my ideal choice or subject choice or career choice at the moment. Thank you, Lord, that I was able to enter into university. Things like that, when you're able to show gratitude, you will live life being content. And then when you're content, you have a mindset where you're open to more, but you're grateful enough to appreciate what people are doing with their own lives and not to compare yourself, because you know there's seasons in your lives. Yes, you'll understand that there's season in your life. There's seasons of working hard, there's seasons of traveling, there's different types of seasons. Yeah, there are different types of seasons in each and every one of our lives. So when you're able to acknowledge the season you're in, be grateful for your season, you can admire somebody else's life, acknowledge that they too are in a season and that you one day might be in that same season, and be grateful then. But right now, you need to be content, you need to show gratitude, and you need to be happy with where you are. Not just saying that you're going to settle there and stay there forever, but be content for now and then plan ahead for the future. So focus on yourself. And the last thing I would say to you is, what does your source say? I always talk about this in my video. So basically, a source is something that is true and reliable, doesn't change. My source is God. So I always ask myself, what does God say about this situation? What does God say about me comparing myself in this topic or in this field? What does he say? What does the Bible say? It's up to you. Who's your source? Or what is your source? What's the entity of your source? And what does it say about that situation, about what you are comparing yourself to? In the Bible, it talks about how there's seasons. There's time to cry, time to laugh, time to be joyful, time to, there's literally seasons in life. And I could read more and more and more about it in the Bible. So be intentional and pray about it so that God can help you not to compare yourself, but to aim higher and focus on your life and focus on him as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for me. Thank you. And yeah, I do lifestyle videos like vlogs as well as self-development videos. So if you're interested, you know what to do. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.